And as always, we're going to be looking for accurate context, good risk management, and always exercising good patience.
Everybody who's traded has gone through periods of time where their strategy hasn't worked.
Where if not a hard stop, you should reevaluate the trades you're in based on time.
That's what we're here for, is to put ourselves in the best success. A trading routine does that, builds that habit, lets you know what to work on, what to reflect on, and what to improve on the next day.
Welcome, everybody, to Make HOAG Money, Thursday, April the 13th. This is me. I've been around the block a few times. I've been in futures, the industry for 40 years. I know I started when I was one. I was on a trade on the floor for a while, migrated to screen in 2009 with Top Step since 2011, and couldn't be happier to do what I do every day. I think we're all blessed to have these opportunities. And we're going to take a look at some of those opportunities today. I hope you guys brought your knowledgeable trader with you. This is the CFTC disclaimer. Everything we do today is in the spirit of education. There's a lot of risk in futures. These are leveraged products. You can lose more than your initial investment. We should only be using risk capital to trade with. And to me, risk capital is money I can afford to lose. We are not suggesting the purchase or sale of anything we do today. This is a live account. This is my account. I am not coming up with trades. You guys are coming up with trades. We're voting on them and we're taking them. Again, there's no representation that any account is likely to make money or lose money. Anything we do today, again, is not a suggestion for any of you. Past performance is never indicative of future results, and I don't know how many times I've learned that. The rules for Make HOAG Money are simple. We expect kindness and respect above everything. There's always differences of opinions in markets. It's what makes them so good. We're going to have a couple of people enabled to talk today. We're all going to be involved in the decision making. If you have a trade idea, context is going to be helpful if you are able to provide that context. We're going to use the chat rooms to discuss trades. We'll be polling to see if we're going to take trades or not. We're going to focus on the MES for opportunities and Make HOAG Money for now. We're not going to trade just to trade. A very smart trader reminded me to put that in the rules. We do not have to trade. We're not going to take losing trades, which is, of course, a joke. We know that there are going to be losses. We got to cut them and then move on. And feedback for Make HOAG Money is, of course, vital. We're missing the open here just about. Here's the platform. Here's the open. If you were in the prep, you know what my thoughts are here. We're opening in range, sort of bordering value from yesterday. Here's the overnight high, overnight low, in value from the overnight session, in value or bordering value from yesterday's session. We know that the PPI came out as better than people were hoping for, indicating slowing inflation. Does that mean the Fed is going to slow down? What does it all mean? Somebody tell me. Who's talking today? Who do we have here? Who do we have here? We lost Ben yesterday. He sent me an email. He lost internet. He was fine. I'm going to get Randolph in here to talk. Randolph, what's going on? I wonder if Ben still has no internet. Still not here. Good afternoon, Vince, Pete, Will, Daniel, George. Lacey's laying on her rug. Good morning, my brother. How are you?
I'm doing good.
All right. What's going on with Duke and Duke?
I got a crew of guys cutting trees down and picking up damage from that ice storm. So.
Well, at least you're not doing it.
Well, there's a lot. We lost a lot.
Did you?
I mean, oh yeah. You know, we had a lot of pines, and they're soft and hold a lot of weight. And bam. And then the winds, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm losing my microphone here. This thing has got to
So
go.
what's the plan?
I don't know. I'm wondering the way things look to me in longer time frame. Hang on a second. I'm wrestling with this. Jesus. My goodness. I'm having a thing here. Hang on. All right.
They used the R word yesterday 3 times.
Yes, they did. And that's what I think caused our market to head to the downside.
Right. And that's not going away. So, I mean, my gut is I'm going to be selling rallies. I was short yesterday. So,
Nice. What about today? Oh, goodness gracious. I'm having a thing here.
let me see where it is.
You know, the PPI came out showing slowing inflation. Initial jobless claims actually came out higher than expected. So the Fed seems to be getting what they want.
Yeah, but the red flags, you got to watch because the commercial real estate, I heard like the commercial space in San Francisco is down 70%.
Well, I don't think it's recovered since COVID. I mean,
That was yesterday.
yeah. Wow.
I know.
Wow.
So what do you think? What do you think the trickle down effect of that's going to be all over the place?
My goodness. So let's see here. What reference do we have in the day time frame today? We've left the opening range at the low of the session. Are we going to reaccept value from yesterday is my question. If we reaccept value from yesterday, that's value low is here. We're in it now.
What's the high of the overnight?
High of the overnight's 41.3750.
I'd take a short against that.
Okay, so I think
That's my vote. I mean, that's my 2 cents.
okay.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, they're risking your life going in ATM.
So scary.
Yeah, but in Portland's just people are bailing. Businesses too. I heard Walmart shut down 4 stores somewhere, and people are like freaking.
Yeah. It's creating food deserts.
Yeah.
Whole Foods closes, its store in San Francisco. Walmart closing stores. Walgreens closing stores.
Yeah, some other grocery chain, small like regional ones closing.
There goes the low of the opening range. So I'm inclined to agree with you, Rick. We just got to find good trade location. I was hoping we'd get a chance at the overnight high, and we still might. But just kind of looking, where are we? We're range bound. This is the daily, Rick. I'm sorry, Randolph. This is the daily. With everything that's come out this week, we're still
Lower highs.
as you call it, barcoding.
Lower highs.
Higher lows.
I don't care. Lower highs.
What about this one? That's a higher high.
Well, I don't count wicks. That's an anomaly in my book.
Yeah, well, it was news driven, right? And it was rejected.
Yeah, some lady at a Target tried to cry reparations and not have to pay for $1,000 worth of stuff, and ended up a security guard ended up punching her in the face because she followed him all the way back to his office and pushed the door in on him.
Huh.
So she got arrested.
This is just crazy the way the world is right
It
now.
is.
I
Never in a million years would anybody have guessed this would be going on.
it's like I only have time to pray these days,
Yeah. When you're not trading.
right?
Yep. And then even more when you are trading.
You know me well.
Uh,
So we're at VWAP now. 41.25.75. I told myself I'm going to be really patient this morning, so I'm being really patient. Will says, yeah, most of his praying is between 8:30 and 3.
Yes. It's a lot of that going on.
Yeah. Well, just remember, praying is not a strategy.
No, I know. I'm praying for peace.
Yes, please.
It's like I'm getting shorter.
Yeah, let's see if we get our chance at the overnight high.
Yeah. It bounced off a VWAP.
Yes, it did. Got a question for you from John. Do you ever trade the 3 times leveraged NG ETFs? Natural gas? Yikes. Do we look at the bond market or dollar index? Well, we're always keeping one eye on the dollar index. I keep an eye on a lot of markets, but on Make HOAG Money, to save screen space, I don't put those up on here. So you're not trading any 10,000 a point. Will, you don't trade any NG ETFs, right? Your ETFs are gold and silver.
Me?
Yeah, you.
Yeah.
Gold, silver,
And
stocks.
SH, which is the short S&Ps. But
You never
that doesn't, if that moves 10 cents in a day, that's a big move.
Right,
So.
right. You never trade the long S&P?
The what?
The long S&P?
The SXY or SPY?
No, the ETF long.
Yeah, that's no.
So
Not right now. I'm not.
you only trade short?
Right now, I am.
You're like Don
I
Slider.
think it's due for a major
Pullback.
flush.
Don Slider said that the longest he ever was in the S&Ps was short 10.
Well, this in my world, when I use bar chart and print out a trader's cheat sheet. But anyway, 1490 is a 1 month low, so I've been buying against that. It's held that's held like 4 or 5 times now. So we bought 95s yesterday and got out at the close at 09s.
In what?
Yeah, in the SH,
Oh, okay.
but you got to trade, decent size to,
To make any money?
yeah,
Well, you're a big shooter.
trade the, but yeah, well, it's because it hardly moves.
Randolph.
Where's my dollar, Mortimer? Come on.
I haven't seen you. I got it sitting right here on my desk. Come get it.
Yeah, I'll bet you do. You like Dad.
Come get it.
I owe you. Double or nothing. Remember that? You're betting the Packers against the Bears. And Packers have kicked their butt. Double or nothing. Okay. Eileen's got her squawk box on, so.
We can't hear it right now. It's okay. So this arm that holds the microphone just marred my brand new desk. I hate that. You got a fan there, Randolph, Bob Ellis.
Yes.
Go
I
Pack.
saw that. I saw that.
If Fred
How
was
many
here,
quarterbacks have the Bears had in the last 4 years? Like 30?
yeah, I was going to say like 72 or 73, something like that. The Packers always get lucky.
Sad but true.
They always get lucky. They always get somebody good. And the Bears just,
Anybody that the Bears get that's good, they trade.
yeah, right?
Except for Cutler, he's an exemption. That was the dumbest move in the world was to acquire him, and then smartest move was to let him fly.
Yeah, I remember
Every time he stepped on Lambeau Field, he'd break a heel.
Yeah, I remember Dad being very excited. They hired a franchise quarterback, Jay Cutler. The Bears are going to be great. And by the middle of that season, he's like, "What the hell is going on here?"
Yeah, he came from Denver, and then when the Bears took him, I got a bunch of friends in Denver, from work-wise, Crusoe Crew and all these other. They were all sending me, "Thank you so much for taking him." And I said, "Don't worry, I'm not a Bear fan, but I don't care. Thank the Bears for taking him off their hands." So.
And I'm going to send a poll. We're talking about looking for a short if we get an opportunity up near the overnight high. It's half back from yesterday's range as well. Here it is, and here it is. Are we going to take the trade if we get an opportunity up near the overnight high? Yeah, Fields is looking like he's going to be pretty good, but they'll trade him away. Bears. I hope not.
And the Packers, if Aaron goes to the Jets, I don't know what we're going to do. So what else is happening today in the calendar, John?
Nothing.
Talking Feds.
I don't see any on the calendar anywhere. No. And I'm looking at 3 different calendars. And I see.
Hey, Will, they are moving north, but not to Canada. Arlington Heights.
Arlington Heights.
They're going to take over the old horse track up there.
Yep.
I think it's a good move. At least you can park.
I do too. All right. 83% like the idea on YouTube, on Zoom. 89% like the idea on YouTube. Now, that's only 89 votes. You guys got to vote on YouTube. But we're pretty much congruent, 80 to 90% yes, for a look at a short at the overnight high. It's half back yesterday's range for you fib traders, but that's not actually a fib level. Well, I think we're doing a good job of being very patient here.
Joe, that was just me talking. I got my, I'm getting ready to hibernate.
Why are we looking for shorts? Well, I mean, so far, Joe, what we're seeing is we've got a kind of an open exploration here. We don't have an open drive. We don't have excess in the day time frame here just yet. You're right; it's a little too early for that. But we've traded both sides of the opening range several times. This market is exhibiting range bound tendencies. So we've just got kind of an open auction here, and with very little directional activity. So to take a look at the overnight high, as our good friend Ben, sometimes says, he likes to look at the high or the low, and if the market exceeds it and comes back in, that's his execution level. That's his execution notice, if you will. So we've got Randolph here, who's a perma bear. Longest he's ever been is short 10. And, it's the half back from yesterday. Yesterday's range, here's half back. It's the overnight high. It seems, and the overnight high was the knee jerk from the PPI and jobless claims numbers. So even with good news, the market stopped there. So we'll give it a try. Rick, where do you suggest putting a stop?
Probably that wick high. If you get in around 33, 34.
So you're suggesting
Somebody commented on the DXY too, and the huge support level in the DXY was 100.40, and took it out yesterday, first time in I don't know how long. 101.40, sorry. That was holding, and then they just slammed through it. Now they're still going down. It's 100.85 right now.
Right, yeah, I'm looking at it.
So a weak dollar, what does that mean?
It's going to take more of them
It takes more dollars
to buy anything.
So I just added to my short position,
So you want to get short before the overnight high.
Well, I would use that as the stop. I could get short like around 34.
34, okay. And we're going to put the stop.
Put the stop above that wick high you're showing me.
I want to give it a little space.
I don't know if you're going to get up that because so you got to kind of take out the wicks. You got a double top up there. What's that at?
34.
Yeah, now lower your sell to 33.50 or something. 33, yeah.
And we'd be filled if we were already prepared for that. Well, it's the dead ass high.
How many times, John, have you after hours made your money back on the short side recently?
Right.
For make HOAG money,
Mm-hmm.
Paisley, stop it, Jesus.
Just looking for a treat.
No, I think mom's outside. She freaking freaks out.
Well, we put a limit in, Joe. We're going to see what happens here. Sorry if this isn't the most exciting Make HOAG Money session, but we're trying to be patient, trying to be smart, looking for trade locations.
Now that the news is out, it could be a nothing burger day, but you never know.
Well, and there's still plenty of news tomorrow. Retail sales, import-export, industrial production, business inventories, and Michigan consumer sentiment.
And there's some earnings coming.
Yes. Yeah, the earnings tomorrow. We forgot about that. We have United Health, JP Morgan, Wells Fargo, BlackRock, Citigroup, PNC Financial. earnings season begins really tomorrow.
Yeah. Hey, Vince, taking a long on some of these bounces is not a bad thing, especially on a day like today.
He's looking point of control. There's an anomaly down here. Vince,
So he's looking to get long around 22, he said.
yeah, when Vince talks, people listen. Vince has had some really good trade ideas.
Does he work for Merrill Lynch?
No, E.F. Hutton.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Yeah. Patience is a virtue, Joe. You're right.
Thank you, Joe. Glad you're here. Glad you're feeling well. We had Ben here yesterday, and he just disappeared. And some of you were like, "Should we check on him?" He sent me an email right after Make HOAG Money was over. He's like, "Sorry, I lost internet."
Oh,
I gotta
gremlins.
Yeah, I'm gonna email him back and say, a lot of folks were concerned about you. So I should have checked my email sooner.
As you say, if he emailed him back, he's not going to get it if his internet's down.
That's true, unless he's on his phone.
Yeah, that's true. No, well, yeah. Get it through the data side.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Starlink.
Sorry.
I'm going to cut up at 9 o'clock, John.
Okay. We might too. I got 3 trees that I've got to get taken out. In the backyard, I got these Canadian choke cherries, and they're absolutely beautiful trees, but they got fungus. They got that black fungus on them.
Yep.
And their days are numbered. They're beautiful right now because they're just coming out with whatever foliage they can push out. But I got to get them taken out.
We got a raw Aussie pines that all have beetles. I mean, the guys like pointing at them. They're just, it goes maybe a year. I said, let's just take them with the rest of the stuff.
It's so sad. I hate that.
Yeah. And I mean, we planted them. We had a burlap bag full of them. We did them all on the lot line,
Uh-huh.
Then they were dying off. And then, so we're thinning the herd.
Huh.
Is that what's that red at the bottom? Is that the divergence?
Delta.
The delta. Okay.
Yeah, Delta's flat. There's nothing going on here.
Yeah. What's RSI?
I don't keep that on here, but I'll put it on. 60.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Meh.
Yeah. Daniel
Danny DeVito would say meh.
Daniel McKay is saying, it's going to wait till everyone is good and chopped up, and then it'll give its move. Then it'll make its move. And that's what it's doing right now, is just chopping people up.
Yeah.
Now we've got a little divergence here. We got negative 500. This is showing negative 800.
Is that cells?
That just popped up. Now we're at 1,000.
Oh, see it selling off.
Yeah, now we had some selling going on here.
The time somebody say something, somebody sneeze.
Not that I'm seeing. The only person saying anything is Bank of Canada and Bank of England. Phil is speaking. They're speaking at, well, they spoke at 8, 9. Let me check Twitter.
All right, I'm going to cut out, gentlemen. You guys have a great day. Trade well. Be safe.
Thanks, Randolph.
Have patience. You're welcome. Thanks.
I
Thanks, Bummer.
I got that dollar sitting right here for you.
All righty. I'll see you soon. Take care.
Take care, bud. Yes, he's going to check orange juice futures, right? The orange crop has apparently not been affected by the cold weather. So anybody else wants to chat, let me know. So right now we're just sitting and waiting for Randolph's opportunity for the short here to see if that does anything for us. Otherwise, it may just be a whole lot of waiting, which, again, is not a bad thing. Opening right in the middle of the current range. Just a yawner here today. Yes, flat is a position for sure. We got an 8.5 point range so far. That is putrid. We are going to extend the range in this period at some point. If we don't, I'll eat my hat. Edward, thanks for that on the dollar. EH, do you ever look at the top stocks that make up the indices? I probably would more often if I were trading the NASDAQ, but the NASDAQ gives me heart palpitations, so I can't trade that. But I try and keep things as simple as possible, and I try and look for opportunities based off of a 30-minute chart in the market profile. I got a couple of I've got the usual moving averages, the 50, the 100, the 200. But I have a couple of other moving averages that I like to look at as far as momentum and possible changing of momentum, and those are right here. I'll show you. These are Hull moving averages. Hull moving averages are computed to try and smooth the moving average. But this is a 9. The red's a 9 session. The blue's a 13 session. And sometimes they can show changing momentum. Like here, it was the crossover of the 9 under the 13 that got us out of the long that we were long down here at 33 and make HOAG money. 4.5 hours later, when that crossed over, I said, all right, we're running out of momentum. Got out of the short right before the market broke right back to our entry level in the last 30 minutes of the day. So these are, things that I keep an eye on, things that I look at. And the more I look at, the more complicated things get and the more difficult time I have making trading decisions. Edward. The AAA plus 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 trade setups, not here, not now, right? Edward, I agree. I think this is. What are we doing here? We're just whistling Dixie or whatever. We're just kind of hanging around. Yeah, we should be golfing with Brett, right? Yeah, I'm, of the frame of mind that if there's something doesn't change, if there's no opportunities that come my way today, and that, by the way, Edward, is something that I look for when I'm thinking about, okay, only taking, triple A opportunities. Sometimes they appear in real time, and they kind of whisper to you and say, hey, this is a cheap opportunity. This looks good. Let's do this. It's the ones that are saying, hey, do this, hey, do that, hey, do this. You're gonna miss this. You're gonna miss that. You're gonna miss this. Those are the ones I ignore. So I've been just kind of waiting for something to tell me, here's your opportunity. So here we are. We're going to extend the range. Well, we're already in. We extended the range of the initial balance just a little bit. This was Rick's level here. I don't think we need to risk as much as we have on this trade. I'm just putting it up there for kind of a catastrophic stop. But, my idea was to get a little closer to the overnight high to look for a long, but we'll see if Randolph is right. At least we've got one opportunity here that Randolph came up with and we agreed upon. So we'll see if this works. Do I trade my personal account at the same time? Yes, sometimes. Sometimes. Today, I have done absolutely nothing, and I'm glad of it. But days like today, I'm when we open in range and close to value or in value, quite often I'm not doing anything until after the initial balance. Today I didn't do anything from the opening range because we were in range and close to value. So I have three computers. I got a laptop that I've got, attached to one screen. I've got my Top Step computer where I do all the presentation and make HOAG Money and the prep and all of that, email and all that. And then I have a dedicated computer for my personal trades that has nothing on it but trading platforms. Yeah, NASDAQ is up 1% already, isn't it? The weakest is leading. Well, if we don't make money on this one, I'll tell Rick I'm taking my dollar back. Which Delta's back to basically even. I think we got some short time frame traders shorting the hole down here when we saw that accumulation of negative delta. And I gotta get Randolph's voice out of my head. I prefer long positions. I prefer when the market goes higher. Quite often I miss some of the big down moves, but that's okay. Excuse me. Okay, Brett. We should be golfing with you. You heard that, Brett. Brett, who left to go to work, is listening to us, smiling. Even Lacey's bored. She just let out a big sigh. Sure, and you were asking about personal trading at the same time. It creates some kind of interesting opportunities when when I have a position on and I'm busy doing something maybe similar to this. Maybe it's the prep or the reflection or something like that. It has actually helped me stay in winning trades longer. Just having that distraction, that inability to watch it tick by tick. I'll be doing something and I'll get involved and I'll look back at it in 10, 15 minutes and I'm like, oh, goodness, well, this is going well. Michael, been long NQ twice so far. It's moving better. Lots of single print selling tail above from yesterday, though. Brett, it's my pleasure. I'm so pleased and hoping to see continued success for you and for all of you. Let's see here. Here's the NASDAQ. Well, we're going to test the overnight high here in the S&Ps. Well, I'll tell Rick you said that. Do the opposite of what Randolph says. Now, so now we've got a relatively weak high up here against the overnight high. Good morning, Persia Tam. German. We do. I'm going to give you the link to a 2-day kind of, webinar I did a while back called Intro to Market Profile and Auction Theory. I'll put it in the chat here on YouTube. Just click it and let me know what you think. Will, are we adding more on this trade? No, probably not. I'm not real confident in this, but I want to see if we can pull back inside the range, overnight range. If we were going to add to it, I would do it then. But I think we're in trouble. My pleasure, German. Lacey. Ruff. Yeah. Well, I hope Randolph isn't short. We'll just let this play out, and you never know. 41-44, point of control from yesterday. Here it comes. Like a magnet, how visual these markets are. And if we do get stopped down on this, we're pretty much even on the week. We had a good trade on Monday. Yeah, here it comes. Well, we're still in the opening range, or still in the initial balance here, Chad. We did say we were going to extend the initial balance at some point in this session, but that first hour is the initial balance. And that's it. Vince, you were right. So, we are, what? 1 for 2, 1 for 3 this week in Make HOAG Money. And I don't think we lost any money. I think we're about even on the week. Anomaly, point of control, volume, point of control. We re-accepted value. And now that we're stopped out, that'll be the high. 44. Who was that? JT. Nice job. Give a Bluebird a banana for me. Or Bluebell, I should say. Bluebell. Well, I think we're about done. At least with Make HOAG Money for the day. Trade well, everyone. Don't forget to watch the podcast this afternoon at 3 o'clock. And I'll see you again tomorrow morning for the market prep. Have a nice day. Be good. Stay patient. We'll see you tomorrow. Be kind to yourself and others. Keep praying for peace. God knows we need the prayers. Have a great day.